It's May 2011 in Metro Manila. Amongst a packed casino, three men sit at a high-limit baccarat table. Quietly, they're bleeding the house dry. They've done this before. Vegas, Macau, Singapore. Millions of dollars gone in an instant without breaking a single rule. Or so the casino thinks. Because these men are part of the world's most high-tech cheating syndicate. Their edge? A hidden viewpoint, a perfectly legal move, and a strategy so slick it leaves the most secure casinos completely exposed. But tonight, in a casino crawling with surveillance, something goes wrong. A tiny, stupid, but fatal mistake. And just like that, a $100 million scam starts to unravel. But to understand how they cheat the casinos around the world, we need to go back to the same city around 3 years earlier. 2008. Lu Chung-beng is a businessman, lawyer, racehorse owner and judo champion from Singapore. But he's also a face, known in the underground as a smooth operator who never blinks. But he knows his limits, and he knows that to make it really big, he needs to be part of a family. And now he is, a fast-growing syndicate of professional cheats looking for a way to smash casinos. Not once, not twice, but systematically, again and again and again, all across Asia. They will become known as the Cutter Gang. Famous worldwide for one tiny but powerful trick. But for now, they've only locked in on one game, Baccarat. Baccarat is by far the most popular high-stakes game in Asia. In its gambling mecca, Macau, it makes up for 80% of all casino revenue. It's a straightforward game based mostly on luck, a powerful theme in many Asian cultures. One hand is dealt for the players, and one for the banker. And bets are placed on whether the players or banker will end up with a total that's closest to 9. Its appeal to high rollers is simple. With its high limits, low house edge and fast gameplay, most hands are over in less than a minute. You can make big money fast. But there's an extra reason why it appeals to the syndicate, and it's to do with the number of cards. If you know what's coming in any card game, betting becomes a certainty, but Baccarat uses multiple decks, often 6 or 8, all loaded into a long plastic shoe. So if you do know what's coming, that knowledge can last you through dozens of hands. So if the syndicate can find a way to see into the future, they'll soon be in the money. It's 2009. Their first solution has been done before. Players use smartphones or lapel cameras to record every card that's dealt in the game. The cards are face up in Baccarat, so it's not too hard. Normally, whenever all the cards have been used, the dealer completely shuffles them before they're returned to the game, except they won't do that if they're in on a scam. With a false shuffle, a corrupt dealer goes through his motions, but leaves a run of 30 or so cards, known as a slug, totally untouched. When the game resumes, the slug appears in play, and with the help of someone off-site, the cheats can exploit it, knowing what to bet on, player or banker, and when to go all in. Soon, they're running the scam all over Asia. From Macau to Manila, Singapore to Malaysia, they move from pit to pit. The money starts small, $20,000 per casino, and then they bounce. By late 2009 though, they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars and their ambitions have grown. It could be millions. They could be going worldwide, but not the way they're doing it. Because firstly, there's a problem. Collusion isn't scalable. It's all very well finding a reliable dodgy dealer in your own hood, someone who will flip but won't talk, but that's a risk not worth taking on the other side of the world. Secondly, false shuffles have limits. It's great knowing an up-and-coming slug of 30 cards, but what if you could know the next 130? And thirdly, the kinds of cameras that they're using, hard to hide, are increasingly on the casino's radar. Their tech's become outdated. The scheme needs to change, fast. So how can they beat Baccarat in a bigger, smarter way than any casino on the planet? It's 2010, and it all begins with the cut. In many casino games, the dealer finishes his shuffle by cutting the cards, sliding a plastic cut card deep into the deck. In Baccarat, a player is often invited to do it. Either way, the dealer then takes the cards that are above the plastic card and moves them to the bottom of the pile, then places the plastic cut card further down the deck to mark where the shoe will stop. Whether the dealer or the player performs the cut, it's supposed to achieve the same thing, one final element of randomness to keep things feeling fair. But when a player is involved, the syndicate sees something else, a window of opportunity. All they need now is a way to prise it open, which won't get them caught, so they go to work. They're looking for a way to exploit longer runs of cards without the help of a dealer. They find one with a genius new use of tech, and soon they're ready to put it to the test. By January 2010, they've got a problem and a plan. The old tricks won't work forever, but in Macau, China, the gambling capital of the world, they're about to unleash something new. A covert view, a perfect illusion, and a betting strategy so clean no one sees it coming. At the heart of the scam, again, is a camera, but a different camera used in a different way. This time, a tiny close-up HD camera is directly hidden inside the cuff of the player's jacket. When that player makes the cut, he rubs up the stack for good luck, riffling the corners of the cards underneath with his index finger. Angled right, that tiny camera sees every card he touches. He's recorded the top 100 to 160 cards, enough for the last 30 hands. Moments later, the cutter excuses himself, a trip to the bathroom or a step outside for a smoke. The camera is passed to a runner who heads to a room or van nearby where the analyst is waiting. Advanced software turns the video into a written sequence of cards. The analyst works out the best possible strategy, how to bet, and when to sit on your hands, while at the table, the players do their best to slow things down, stalling between hands, checking phones, fussing over tiny bets. And within 20 minutes of the cut, one is getting his instructions, with notifications to his phone or coded gestures by the runner. He leads, the other players follow, so the team can max out on winnings, and it works like a treat. The scheme nets the syndicate millions across multiple casinos. Lu Bang is a kingpin, but there are others that no one knows about based all over Asia. As the profits rapidly grow though, so do the group's ambitions. Again, they've found a way to beat Baccarat that's almost perfect, and as long as no one knows what they're doing, there are no limits. So why stop at one continent when they can conquer them all? By January 2011, in Las Vegas, the strip is buzzing. It's Chinese New Year. 1 billion people worldwide are about to welcome in the Year of the Rabbit, and Sin City loves a party. Fireworks fill the sky, dragons dance across stages, and the casino floors are even more packed than usual. The newly opened $4 billion Cosmopolitan has spent millions on surveillance. With card scans, tag chips, facial recognition cameras, and plenty of muscle, they're doing everything they can to keep hold of their money. But will it be enough? Its baccarat tables are crowded with loud, wealthy tourists, most of them from Asia, and the syndicate are ready to play. And to begin with, it all goes off as usual. The cutter films the stack, the runner delivers the footage to the analyst, their instructions are fed back to the main player, and it all goes like clockwork, win after win after win. Soon, the team is up $50,000, but that millions of dollars in surveillance is there for a reason, to do a job, and stop them doing theirs. So like everyone around the casino, everyone winning at least, the team are being watched, and they're about to make their first big mistake. The question is, will there be a price? The thing about scams and schemes is that the more humans you have on your team, the more chance there is of human error. Mistakes, like making things obvious and getting greedy. As the evening moves on to the Cosmopolitan, the team keeps winning. That $25,000 becomes $50,000, and normally, for one night, that would be plenty, enough. They'd stop and leave, and it's kept the syndicate undetected. But this team doesn't leave. They stay and they keep winning. $60,000, $70,000, and the more they win, the more the pit boss circles, and soon enough, he's spotted a rhythm. A player makes the cut, then disappears, the others slow the game, and then there comes a streak. It's a pattern, a red flag, and he doesn't like it. A call goes out, the Nevada Gaming Control Board sweeps in. And mid-session, the players are pulled aside, detained, the area is searched, footage is examined frame by frame, but although their behaviour looks suspicious, it could also be normal. So according to Nevada law, the agents can't get a warrant to search them because there's no probable cause. So they never find the camera, tucked under the gambler's sleeve. And the team are released. No charges, no ban, just $75,000 in profit, and a warning shot loud and clear, which of course they choose to ignore. Now if you're into smart crime stories like this one, hit the like button, it helps more than you know. Days later in February 2011, a different crew hits the Bicycle Casino in LA. Another baccarat table, another silent win. And after that, the syndicate has had enough. The Cutter Gang are becoming infamous. It's time to leave America for one final burst, back on the apparent safety of home turf. It's a double mistake. It's May 2011 in Metro Manila, the Philippines. In the state-run Casino Filipino Airport, a high-traffic venue near, you guessed it, the airport, the floor is busier than ever. The tables are full, the chips are flying, and at one high-limits baccarat table in particular, business is booming. But not for the house. 3 men from the Cutter Gang have been winning for hours, and as always, that means they're being watched. but they're always being watched, and if they stick to the golden rules, don't get greedy, don't get caught, it'll all be fine. They're on home straight now, one final push across Asia before they get out. Up in the surveillance room, it's the same old story. They're seeing a pattern. It looks like the players know some of the cards they'll be playing, but there's nothing they can do about it unless they mess up. So the piles of chips keep growing, the pit bosses keep getting angrier, and then, just after midnight, it happens. It's what's known in the fashion world as a wardrobe malfunction, except here what's popping out is a tiny, spatula-like little hidden camera. A sharp-eyed manager spots it. It's caught on their cameras, and then it all happens quickly. 4 accomplices are asked to step away from the table. The search confirms the camera. Hotel rooms are raided, analysts are tracked down, and within days, their other mistake becomes clear. Whilst many casinos in America barely talk to each other, security in Asia is more joined up, so they should never have gone back. It's soon clear that the state-run Pagcor casino network has lost over $4.5 million, all through this same method of operation. The same that they used when they slipped through Nevada's fingers just a few months earlier. Philippine authorities believe there's a ring of 70 operatives. Liu Chunbeng is named as the kingpin. He's charged with conspiracy to defraud 3 Manila casinos and placed into custody, but it's a murky affair. $4.5 million in the Philippines, and then across Asia, America, and even Europe. Perhaps the same amount again. No one really knows how much, or who was involved. The scheme looks dead and buried, although the truth is, or some soon will be, there's still a twist in this tale. A few days later, Beng and his accomplices are released on bail, and they all then immediately flee. Only Beng turns up a few months later, alone and dead, in a bleak, lonely hotel room in the Chinese city of Guangzhou. The official verdict? Natural causes. But for a man with secrets, who's been quietly siphoning off millions from big money casinos, dying off grid raises questions. Was it really stress, or did somebody close the book? In the end, the authorities have no one to charge. It's a murky affair where no one fully knows exactly what happened, and the Cutter Gang disappears into the dust. But the story isn't completely over for the casinos. They try to make sure that this will never happen again. They bring in stricter shuffle protocols with player behaviour now firmly in the spotlight. They increase electronic counter surveillance using low frequency RF and other scanners to pick up the heat, signals and sound coming from covert cameras, and they agree to greater cooperation. Facial recognition is pointless if the identities of cheats are not shared far and wide. But the cheats just keep on coming. Casinos are a global industry worth $250 billion per year. Money made from ordinary people in rigged games. So there'll always be someone trying to flip the script. Just like the guy in this next story, check it out.